Well, I got up this morning. It was a beautiful sunny day, a little chilly, a little crisp. 38 right now, which is 3 degrees Celsius. But you know what? It's just a beautiful, clear morning. Feels like Christmas. Feels an awful lot like Christmas. It didn't feel like Christmas last night, I can tell you that. Not a great night last night at the track. I knew I had a bunch of long shots, and quite frankly, the only thing that kept me merry for the whole night was knowing that Gorgeous Package was in the 12th, and I knew in the post-parade that she was a little flat. Usually she's a little anxious and wiry and wanting to go, and although she paced mechanically, she was perfect last night. Engine didn't seem to have the same get up and go to it that it's had in the past. She's gone through times like this, and was it 4 or 5 weeks of getting beat up in Ontario? Was it the shipping? Is it the end of the year? I don't know. It could have just been something as easily explainable. She cramped up or tied up a little bit while shipping this week. That's very possible also. We'll get to the bottom of that. The blood will be drawn today. We'll know tomorrow how her blood looks. But I don't think it's anything too serious with her. And by too serious, it's not serious at all. It could be a number of things, and none of them are very serious at all. And all of them are reversible. Whether if she's tired, she needs a couple of weeks off, but I don't think that's it. I would be surprised if her blood come back perfect. I think we'll find a few little markers in there that are indicators of what exactly took place last night. I didn't do you a video on Sunday about the horses that raced on Saturday night. I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. I laid in bed till about 1 o'clock on Sunday. That's the first time I've done that. I don't even know the last time I've done that. Maybe on vacation. I'm not sure. But I sat there and watched, finished my email to you. I'd finished the videos on the way to and from Dayton, Ohio. I know I have to bring you a number of people that message me asking for updates on specific horses. Now, the yearlings, I didn't do a yearling video because for the most part this time of year, your horse is jogging good. Oh, your horse jogged good. Everything seems fine. The only horse with a procedure to do right now is Sunday Royale, who has an OCD to be removed right hind. And this is not just Christmas season, but it is OCD and Ridgeling season. We will be trying to castrate the Ridgelings, and we will be removing OCDs. That's what we will be doing for the foreseeable future. We like to get as much of this stuff cleaned up as we can before Christmas hits. Now, you may notice I'm pulling back into my house. My son forgot his binder today, so I have to go back in the house, look for his binder, who knows where it is, and then drop it off at his school, because that's my job. On Saturday night, as I said, I didn't do a video on Sunday. Time is on my side. Raced good. It's just a good, it's easy for me to say, he just felt a little flat, but he pays 49-2. How can I say that? The last turn, if the horse is getting away on him, it's hard for him to accelerate. The first week, I was following Surreal Ideal. He cleared to the front. The horse on the front was done. I jumped on the horse that was backing up a little bit. Coming out of the turn, he paced hard down the lane and finished second. Second week, Surreal Ideal made front, but got used hard, big half. I was into slow cover. I moved him 3 deep, and he sprinted up along Surreal Ideal and was kind of in fight mode around the last turn. Got beat fair and square again, 49-50. The other night, left all I could. That's a one kicker I have. The one issue I have with Time right now is that he's not leaving at all. Like 27-1 in an open pace will get you away 7th almost every time, between 5th and 7th. He used to, the night as a 3-year-old in the Milstein, I was up the corner in 25-4 at Northfield. So he can leave when you really have him charged up. But they can't be 100% all the time. And Tim and Sophie, everybody's had that horse good all year. He raced good for Megan, the one big race in the final in the Meadowlands. He's a good horse. Just a good horse. You're not going to find him overly dominant. He's going to be a step better, I think, at the Meadows than he was at Dayton. Those are good horses at Dayton, too. And he doesn't have to ship to do it. So probably we'll race him in the Meadows this week, maybe. I guess. If it fills, who knows? And then, of course, Trosa, you can't race them 2 weeks. Eventually, these aren't thoroughbreds. Eventually, that gap is going to catch up to you. On the right line a little bit the other night too. So we have put forth. Jason and I talked about it. We put forth a pretty strict regimen for Trosa over the next week or so, and we'll see how that goes. Also. But for now, I think he was okay. 51 and a piece, 27 and 1 on the end of it. He just wasn't quite as good as he was his first start. Now, different scenario, right? They were backing up to him. The front end was vulnerable. He knows this. Good horses know when they're winners, and good horses know when there's a fight coming. And if he's a little bit flat, maybe that fight coming, that's how he looks. But when the horses are vulnerable in front of horses like that, they swell up and they race big. So Trosa raced good. Time Is on My Side raced good. Gorgeous Package was flat. We can figure out why pretty easily. But I think it's worth noting also, for those of you out there wondering about sending horses here or there, that's what happens when you have to race a horse in tough 4 or 5 starts in a row. They usually decide, you know what, I'm not really a big fan of getting beat up every week. And this is why I try so hard to get the horses in where they belong. Listen, Gorgeous Package ended up in Ontario born from a good plan. You know, optional 30, 40 claimer she'd be able to do in there, but didn't feel that way. Her last start was an optional 80 claimer. Like, it's lunacy. I can't race that filly over there like that. And honestly, you know, the fact that, again, we moved another horse out of Mohawk, and again, they don't seem too interested in putting anything in place. And I know it sounds like I'm picking on Mohawk. It's no different than anywhere else. No different than the Meadows, no different than Dayton, or anywhere. There is a shortage of horses, which is odd because I just got done talking about at the sales how there were so many babies being sold this year. Well, you're going to see those in a year and in 2 years and in 3 years fill up the older horse categories, but you're going to find the same problems. If you don't find a way to know what is in your backyard, it won't be very much longer. And what I mean by that is, you know, you think about all the 3-year-old pacing fillies that raced in Ontario. You're telling me you can't fill a 3-year-old 30 claimer fillies and mares? I just find that incredibly hard to believe. And if you can't, why can't you? Right? Where'd they go? And if they did go, I guess the next question is, why'd they go? Because there wasn't that class for them, right? And I think that's the whole thing right there. That's the crux of the issue I have, is not knowing, and I've said this, I'm not going to keep beating this drum, but not knowing what you have so that you can fill competitive fields. And that's just the reality of it. There's no way to argue it or say, no, that's not correct. It is correct. It's 100% correct. And it's correct in every single jurisdiction. So, Package is over here now. She'll race likely back in that race next week. Obviously, this week I'm watching Arrowhead Hanover. He has to get in, or we're going to have to do something with him. In Dover, it's a great spot for him, but you got to get in, right? Really pleased with the way that the testimony went in New York. For it might have been, you might have saw me, but that was us. That was all of us. For us, I think the door is about to be opened in New York with respect to the threshold of the 5%. And I would love nothing more than any jurisdiction on planet Earth to start focusing, promoting, fostering, and procuring fractional ownership in one form or another for helping trainers in any jurisdiction. There needs to be a platform built. There needs to be somebody to oversee it and help horsemen. How they do it, I don't really know. There's a million ways to do it, but somebody should do something. And that's what I hope happens in the near future. So I'm going to do a video about Sunday Royale right now for my Sunday Royale partners. I don't know that there was a whole lot more missed. As we go through the week, I'll give you any updates that I have regarding any of the horses in the barn. But for right now, I think between yesterday, between today, between the few updates I'm about to give our clients, I think you again will be all caught up as of, was it February 23rd or 24th, 2025. So have a great day, everybody. It is a little chilly, probably wherever you are, unless you're in Florida, in which case I don't want to hear from you. But 37 now, as I sit in my driveway. But an absolutely gorgeous day here in Ohio. Hope it's beautiful wherever you are. We'll talk to you all very, very soon. Take care.